Hey guys, it's Tuesday, and this morning I had a longer stream than usual because there was the E3 Nintendo announcement thingy, and that started an hour before my stream normally starts, so I started the stream an hour early. And there wasn't a whole lot I was excited for. Really, the only game that I got excited for was the new Mario Party game. They mainly featured Smash, and I don't really play Smash much anymore. I did a lot when I was younger, but it's just not my thing anymore, so yeah. And then I had my regular stream, and now the stream is done. I actually just went to the mall because I've been wanting to upgrade my phone. I kind of wanted to hold out until the S10 came out, which is not gonna be for another year. But mine is just crapping out. I have the S6 currently. I popped the case off so I could get at the SIM card. But yeah, it's only 3 years old, and that is pretty old in terms of technology and phones. It functions okay. It's not that slow. Sometimes it does really chug, but for me, the main issue is that the home button doesn't work anymore, and so I rely on this app that makes it so you just lightly tap the home button instead of pressing it, but it only works like half the time, and it's seriously so enraging. The cameras are also not very good on this phone. I don't know if they just sucked to begin with, or if it was because I dropped this in water. I had this for like a week and I dropped it in a toilet because it was in my back pants pocket and I forgot, and I pulled my pants down and it just went bloop. So I don't know if there is condensation in the camera or something that just makes it so crappy. It's never had good picture quality, and the front-facing camera has a bunch of dead pixels. It has a whole line of dead pixels plus another one. Come on, keyboard. It never wants to bring up the keyboard. It lags so bad when you restart the device. Come on, bring up the keyboard. I need to input my password because the phone just restarted. Usually I just use the Touch ID, but when the phone's restarted, you have to do password. Oh my God. Oh, finally, okay. Anyway, for someone who does social media for a living, the camera has been frustrating. A lot of times I'll take a picture on my vlog camera, although this is slowly dying because it's getting old. The lens scratches dust under the lens, that kind of thing all affects how good the video looks and affects focusing, but it's still okay. I usually take pictures with this camera and then use the Canon app to transfer it to my phone and upload stuff that way. I still take selfies and some things with this, but I avoid using the camera, which sucks because smartphones have such great cameras nowadays. Those are my dead pixels. That blue line's actually not as big as I thought it was. I thought it was like a whole inch. That's like a centimeter. But anyway, it's annoying. So these aren't the worst issues ever. Like, the phone functions. The screen's not cracked. It's a bit slow, but not too bad. But I've just been getting so infuriated at it with the home button thing, because you also can't screenshot unless you do the swipe. But any page that scrolls, you can't do it. If the page doesn't scroll side to side, but only scrolls up and down, you can eventually get it, but it takes like a bajillion tries. And there's a lot of things you can't screenshot. And I never realized how much I relied on screenshotting until I couldn't, and then I'm like, woo! So goodbye, S6, and hello, S9 Plus. I'm gonna have to get used to the beveled edges. When I got the S6, I had the option of getting that, but I wanted just the flat screen, so I'll have to get used to the curved edges because that's the only option now. It's purple. I kind of wish it was pink, but it's a light purple. It's almost pink. If I get close enough, it'll reflect my pink hair. If the S10 even has pink, I'm gonna flip out because that's my fear. I'm like, I'm gonna get the S9 now in purple, and then next year they're gonna have a pink one and I'm gonna scream. Because I'm not the kind of person who upgrades every year, so yeah. Excuse me. So first I went to the Samsung store because it's just right around the corner from the Bell store, and I went to see how much the phone was if I wanted to just buy it outright, and it was $1,100 plus tax. And then I went to the Bell store to see how much it'd be there, and I asked the guy, I was like, how much is it to buy it outright? And he's like, oh, it's like $1,500. And I was like, okay, then I'm just gonna go buy it from the Samsung store. And he's like, oh, well, that's with taxes. And I'm like, yeah, well, still, that's not at all the same price. At Samsung store with taxes, it'd be like $12.41 or something. I did the math on my phone. But anyway, the guy's like, no, it'll be much cheaper if you buy it here on your plan instead of buying it outright, because I have to renew my plan for another 2 years, which is fine. I don't want to leave Bell. but I thought I'd end up paying more by putting it on my plan. And man, I grilled this guy. I was a tough customer. Like, I was nice, I was polite, but I just kept questioning him because it just seemed too good to be true that I'd be paying less, and I just didn't believe it. And he was also trying to like make some upgrades to my plan too. And I was like, no, I want the exact same plan I have right now. I just want to get my phone switched over, like all these things. So pretty much the phone was $329 plus $5 a month for 2 years. And that is cheaper than the $1,100 plus tax. The only thing is, after the 2 years, I have to make sure to go in and downgrade the plan after, because what they do is that extra $5 I'm paying a month, they will continue to charge me that $5 even after my 2 years is over. That's what happened with this current cell phone, and I was like, that's so shady, and that's why I wanted to just buy it outright, but I'm actually saving hundreds by going on the plan. I just have to make sure to go in 2 years and cancel that thing, cancel that charge, because it doesn't do it automatically. They sneaky like that, they sneaky like that. That's the one catch, and the fact that I'm on a 2-year plan, but like I said, I don't want to leave Belle, so yeah. I feel like I'm talking too much about my phone. Do people even care? Let's peel some plastic. See, look, it's almost pink. It's almost pink. Can I take this sticker off? Yes, I can. The guy was also trying to upsell me on a case, and I was like, no. He's like, well, where do you usually get your cases? And I was like, this sounds dumb, but I make cases and I buy my own, because it's like self-promo. Because he already asked me about what I do for a job, so he already knew I was a YouTuber, so anyway, yeah. Now I need to do all the setup. This purple doesn't cover as much of the front as I thought it would. So if I put a case on, I'm not even gonna see any of the purple unless I get a clear case. That's what I did when I first got my S6, because I'm like, oh, it's gold, it's so nice. I got a clear case that just had a gold frame around the edge, and that way you could see the actual color. So it's something I could do, but then that's not my merch to promote myself. I don't think Redbubble does clear printing, do they? Like printing a pattern on a clear case. Okay, update. I really want a clear case, so I went out and got one. Not only is it clear, but it has gold on it. I just had to. As much as I'd love to self-promo my own cases, gotta get that clear case. Hi, Kiki. Do you mind? Thanks. Okay. It's plastic on the back. It's kind of, maybe not. I was gonna say it's softer on the sides. It looked like silicone almost, but it's still hard plastic. That's good. Okay, is this printed on the outside or the inside? I think it's printed on the outside. That's usually the case. The case. I just wish companies had printed on the inside, because this is probably gonna scuff over time. It does say scratch resistant protective coating on the back of the box, so we'll see. I also got another pop socket. I was debating whether or not I should just use the one off of this phone, but I got a new one. Okay. I almost forgot. Kiki. There's actually still a piece of plastic around my phone. I noticed it when I took my phone out at the mall. It wraps around the edge, so I gotta take that off. There we go. I don't have a screen protector for this. I didn't have one on my old phone, but this has the edge, so I'm a little nervous. Oh, look at that. Yes. And then here's how it looks from the front. It kind of looks like silicone, but it's actually just plastic, although this is a bit of a softer plastic. For the pop socket, I checked a couple places. I looked at Chapters, and then I went to this store, which is called X Skin, like the letter X Skin. So I got the case and the pop socket. I wonder if this is off-brand. Probably. Yeah. I figured, because it came in a case like this. Maybe like right there. Feels slightly low. I can't move it up much, but And I don't want to scratch my new case when I pop it off. Okay, yeah, that feels better with like the balance of the phone. The pop socket has a marble texture, kind of matches the gold of the case. Ooh, oh, I love the case. Ah, I really hope it doesn't scratch because that looks good. Yes. I'm seeing what happens if I log into Animal Crossing on my old phone now that I've logged in on the new one. It's going. I wonder if that'll continue to update or if these are now two separate accounts. Well, they wouldn't be. It's linked to one Nintendo account. Because I was thinking if it still works on my old phone, I could live stream from that one, and then I don't have to worry about being in like do not disturb mode and airplane mode, all that stuff, because text messages and phone numbers and things were popping up. What if I have both apps open at the same time? Like what if I do different things? What if on this one I get coconuts? And what if on this one I leave and come back? Are the coconuts here? They're there. Okay, I'm just wondering, because like obviously I could stop using this, but if I live streamed off this one, would those updates come over here? This is weird. So for my next art video, I want to do some kind of stop motion animation using an app on my phone. And I've been watching videos and kind of do some planning, downloading the app, testing it out, that sort of thing. But I haven't started the official filming yet. But I thought I would contact AliExpress about my button press. So I'm doing this live chat with someone. And it's kind of hard because, I don't know, there's a bit of a language barrier. I can just tell by the way that they're responding. So I don't know if they fully understand what I'm saying. I think I finally got through to them, but yeah. Anyway, the button maker. The button maker has been a whole saga. I talked about it in my YouTube live stream that I did on Saturday, but it's a whole fiasco. I'm gonna set this right here because my arm's already tired and this is a long talk. That is bad lighting. So in a previous vlog, I talked about various automatic button presses, and there are different styles. Some are rotary style, some have a side-to-side thingy, and getting official ones from Tecker were just outrageously priced. Like the rotary one was 10,000 US dollars. That doesn't include taxes or shipping, customs, anything like that. And they didn't have a side-to-side model. They had a couple spinny models, and I was like, no, I'm not spending that much on a button maker. But I found some versions online from AliExpress that are much cheaper. Like there was the one that goes side to side, and then there was a rotary style one, not as nice as the Tecker one, but anyway, I was like, ooh, I'm gonna get one of these. And so I was gonna order the side to side one, but I wanted to wait because based on the shipping times, it was gonna arrive either while I was at Anime North or while I was in Saskatchewan. And I was like, well, I don't want it to arrive while I'm gone. It's gonna be a big package, it's gonna be heavy, I want to be home for that delivery. So I decided to delay. And then while I was at my dad's place, one of the last days, I was like, I'm gonna order it. And so I tried, and I kept getting this error. Oh no, I actually tried before I left. I keep forgetting this. Before, like when I came back from Anime North, before I went to my dad's, I thought, okay, let's order it. But I kept getting this message. It was like a weird internet connection message on AliExpress, and I was connected to the internet. My computer's hardwired. I didn't have any kind of internet issues, but it's telling me this. I even tried ordering on my phone. I tried a different browser, tried all these tips. I was Googling answers to this because other people have had this problem, and nothing worked. So I thought, okay, I'll just try it later. Maybe it's one of those come back later kind of issues. And so I tried it again on my phone when I was at my dad's, and it was the same error. So then I was like, well, maybe I can find this type of machine somewhere else. And I did find some on Alibaba, which is kind of like AliExpress, but Alibaba is more like the wholesaler. It's where companies go to buy things in bulk, and then AliExpress is more like direct to consumer, buying one of each thing. Sort of, I mean, you can still get bulk items, but yeah, anyway. I was like, well, let's maybe just try Alibaba and see if it'll work for me. And so you have to put in an offer to the supplier, which is a little bit weird, and then they have to accept or deny. And I just priced mine based off what they listed it for, because they list a price, and so I was like, okay, I'll offer them that price. But then there was weird things, like the one seller never messaged me back. A couple, they were like, they told me that the minimum order quantity was 5 when on the listing it said the minimum was 1. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna buy 5 button presses. So it was becoming an issue. I was starting to freak out. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to order any of these. And so then I went back to AliExpress and looked at the rotary ones. They're more expensive than the side-to-side ones, but still way cheaper than that $10,000 machine. And I tried ordering that, and there were some issues at first because my credit card wasn't letting the payment go through. And then I got this text. It was like from my bank, and I just had to approve it, and then it was good. Payment went through, and I was like, sweet, got one ordered, and it should arrive maybe like 2 weeks before my next convention. Hopefully I can pump out enough buttons in that time. And that was fine. And then I got a message from the seller being like, we are in the process of upgrading our hardware for these machines, and we won't be able to send yours out for 2 weeks. And I think there's something like an 8-day, or there's some kind of shorter processing time where they have to have the order shipped out by a certain date as a seller. And they're like, we can't meet that date, we need to extend it a little bit, is that okay? And at first I'm thinking, oh no, like it was such a hassle just finding a machine to buy, and now I get one, but it's not going to be here in time for my next convention. And if it is, it's going to be so last minute, and I was just kind of stressing about it. But I thought, you know what, it's my one chance a machine. If I don't get to use it for this convention, then I don't get to use it, I'll use it for the next one, and I'll just spend forever pressing buttons again. So I went to respond to the seller saying it was okay, and it's like, click here to respond. That's what it said in the email. And when it directed me to AliExpress, it said access denied, kind of like it was implying I was logged in under the wrong account. And when you do look up their help page about that message, it says like, yeah, usually people are logged into the wrong account when that happens. And I was like, well, no, I'm logged in. I only have one account, and it's a certain email address. And then if you look at the email I received for my order confirmation, it was sent to that same email address. So it's the same account, but it's acting as if it's a different account, because I go to my orders page and that order is not there. I only have this one little thing, this little razor thing I bought once, and that's the only thing that shows up under my orders page, not the button press. And so it's just so weird. It's as if there's 2 separate accounts, but it's the same account. I don't even know how that happened, so I couldn't reply to the seller. And then what I ended up doing was I just went back to the listing, the page for the listing, and there's a contact seller button, and I replied that way instead of replying to what they sent me. I just kind of started a new conversation with them. And you know, I said that that's fine if it takes longer, and they're like, okay, well, you need to go into your orders page and increase the processing time. And because it's not something they can do, it's something I have to do. I have to agree to extend the time. But the order is not in my orders page, so I can't do that. And so I don't even know what to do. I'm like, do I just wait and my order automatically gets canceled? Will I automatically get the refund in that case? And then I could just order it again. I don't know. And so it was just like a whole thing. I couldn't change it. And so I went and contacted the customer support today, and the person was kind of confused. Again, they're trying to tell me it's 2 accounts. They're like, I gave them the order number, and they're like, is it this item? I said yes. And they're like, that's not the same account you're messaging me from. And I was like, well, then what's the account? And like, I showed a screenshot of my email with my email address visible, like, here's the account, and I'm talking to you from that same account. And they're like, yeah. Like, finally they realized. They're like, yeah, that is the same account, but there's somehow a different account number or something. However they identify accounts is different, but the email address for the accounts are the same somehow. But like, there's no other login. I was like, what if I have like 2 logins somehow? I'm trying my other passwords that I would maybe use, nothing. And I don't even know how, because Chrome just auto saves my password for it anyway. Like, I don't know how there would even be 2, but somehow I have 2 accounts and I can't even access the one. And so I asked them if there's a way they could like merge the accounts or something, and they said they would have to escalate the issue. And so I just wait, I guess. They said it could take a couple days. By the time I hear back, it's possible that my order will get canceled because the processing time will have elapsed. Like, ordering off these Chinese websites is sketchy enough, and then when something like this happens, it's like, what? Am I gonna lose money here? Is this gonna work? Is it gonna arrive in time for my convention if I even receive it at all? It's a whole thing. It's been a whole thing. It's not as easy as I originally thought it would be. I thought it'd just be like, add to cart, buy, boom, see it in the mail later. I guess I just play the waiting game. Okay. I don't know if it's the luck of the vlogs, talking about it, whatever. I was clicking around, Googling more things, like solutions to my problem, and following links and stuff, I somehow ended up on trade.aliexpress.com, and I logged in, and there it shows. It's showing the order. On aliexpress.com it wouldn't show, but trade.aliexpress.com it showed up. And now when I go to aliexpress.com, it's redirecting me here. I'm so confused, but I see it. I see it. I extended the processing time. I said to extend it by 4 days, and it extended it by 6 days, but oh well, I'll take it. Like, what? The account is even set up differently, like the drop-down menu, like it's a little sketchy, but at the same time, it's legit. Because again, like if I just type aliexpress.com, it redirects me here now. Okay. I guess, I don't know. I don't even know how. I guess in the future, I just gotta see which account it logs me into, and if it's the wrong one, try going to trade.aliexpress.com. I don't know. I don't know. But hopefully everything's good. I get my order. I managed to extend it. Okay, I've been working on my stop motion video, and I think I'm done the filming portion other than like intro stuff, filming my face. It's not gonna be a green screen commentary kind of video. It's gonna be more like intro of my face, cut to footage with voiceover, and then at the end, cut back to my face for the outro. So I'm gonna film the intro and outro tomorrow, and then it's just edit and I'll be done. But I am a little tired. I am gonna go to bed. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Here's her little turnaround. Ooh, so cute. The material is just so soft and light. Swing. Looks just like it did in the movie. Belle, was it raining? Cause your hair is looking wet. There's a close